for those of us who are elected in Albany. It means that we hold the line on budgets, we cut spending, we don't impose taxes, we repeal taxes like the MTA payroll tax. And we make a difference. And if you look back over the last 2 years, you see the difference firsthand. You see where we were 2 years ago. They raised spending $13 billion. We've passed 2 on-time budgets that cut spending year to year and has not raised a fee or a tax at all. We repealed... Working with Governor Cuomo, under the leadership of our great state senator, Majority Leader Dean Skelos, we have held the line. We repealed the MTA payroll tax for hundreds of thousands of small businesses in the metropolitan area. We passed a tax cut for middle-income New Yorkers, the lowest tax rate we've had in 54 years. We passed a 2% tax cap. Holding the line on taxes, because if there's one thing that we are all struggling with as we go through this tough economy, each and every one of us, it's our property taxes. And we're finally holding the line on that. But if you look at all of the things we've done these last 2 years, not only holding the line, but also passing great legislation like iStop that tackles the scourge of prescription drug abuse. Just a quick statistic, because I think that that was probably the most important piece of legislation. Of all the legislation that we passed, that was it. There are 19 million people who live in New York State. In 2010, there were 21 million prescriptions. 21 million prescriptions written in New York State for Oxycontin. Think about that. And if anyone says that we don't have a drug epidemic on our hands, this piece of legislation turns the corner on that and provides stability and provides hope, because guess what? These aren't someone else's kids who are using this drug. These aren't kids in some other community that are using it. Those are our kids that are using it, and they have access to it because the system has gotten away from itself for so long. Those are the kinds of things that happen when you pass great legislation, you have great leadership, and you have a Republican majority in the state Senate. I'm looking forward to another 2 years, and people have asked me, why does a Republican majority in the state Senate make a difference? It's very easy. I had someone stop me the other day at the East Williston train station and ask me, well, what's the difference between a Republican and a Democrat here in New York State? And I said, you remember 2008 and 2009? And he stopped and he said, you know what? Great point. These last 2 years have made a difference. We are on the right track. Have we changed everything? No. And that's why we have to keep focusing on that which is important. I want to thank my wife, Paula, and my girls who have supported me. Because when you think about it, we spend 3-4 days up in Albany every week, and there's someone who holds the family together while we're up there trying to hopefully make a difference in their futures and everyone else's. So I couldn't do this without Paula, and I certainly couldn't do it without my family behind me. So girls, thank you. The election is really literally around the corner. I'm looking forward to a heated and vigorous campaign. November 6th, we have a lot to do between now and then. It's a presidential year, so we have to keep that in mind. We have a message, we have a strong message, we have a strong record. As a freshman senator, we passed 16 pieces of legislation that were signed into law last year. This year, we passed 23 pieces of legislation that passed both houses, more than any other senator on Long Island. We can make a difference right here. We are making a difference. Things aren't going to change overnight. We're committed to the long haul. New York State took a long time to get to where it is right now. But I tell you this, we are committed to righting this ship. We are committed to the future of this great state. We are committed to our families, our children, your children, and we're going to make a difference. Give us another 2 years. Keep a Republican Senate majority, and I guarantee you 2 years from now we'll be talking about how great things are, how things are in the right direction and continue in the right direction, and with your help, we're going to keep going forward. With that, Mom and Dad, thank you. And to all our friends and neighbors, if you're not doing anything this afternoon, even if you are doing something this afternoon, let's go back to the Williston Park Street Fair. Let's have a great time. Come join us. We have thousands of people there on a beautiful day. Enjoy it. Let's march November 6th. God bless you.